here on Leap the Dips. Here we go.
What is going on in the Loop fans? It's Drew here, and we're going to do a little ride review, but not a new ride. No, this is Leap the Dips, the oldest roller coaster in the world, operating since June 1st, 1902. Obviously, it's had some times where it was standing but not operating, and that's why I really wanted to get out here, because as everybody knows, it closed in 2016 at the end of the season, and then Lakemont Park reopened last year, but without Leap the Dips. So, fast forward to July 2020, and here we are riding Leap the Dips, and I am on my way 2 days later from Rhode Island to go check this out. Truthfully, I wasn't expecting it to open this time, so it was a surprise to me when Lakemont announced that the ride was opening. So yeah, here we are. What about Leap the Dips is great? Well, one, it is really old in a park that's more modern than this ride should be. Now, I'm not going to say Lakemont Park is modern, but it's definitely different and definitely revolutionary of sorts. They realized all the ride offerings weren't really drawing people in, so they got rid of most of their rides a couple years ago, and now it's more of a city park with basketball courts, batting cages, mini golf, and just picnic areas. I think I saw tennis courts as well. So it's got a lot of that kind of park vibe, along with having a couple of rides. And pretty cheap. You can buy a $3 ticket to ride Leap the Dips, or you can buy a $15 wristband to ride all the rides you want. So pretty cheap there. I will say that the children's roller coaster is not allowed to be ridden by adults, so it's just for children. So this is not a +3 stop if you are a credit ho. Just giving you that advice there. So what is so great about Leap the Dips? Well, one, you've got no restraint system. So it's not like Jackrabbit at Kennywood that has the no bar, but you have the seatbelt. No, there's no restraint on this whatsoever. You just sit down. It's like sitting on a couch and going for a ride. And I mean, it's a little bumpy, but man, there are some killer airtime moments where you are standing up in this train in the back of the back row. If you sit in the back row, you are going to be flying all over the place. Pretty amazing. Some of the best ejector airtime that I've ever felt. And it's not like that controlled ejector airtime that you see on rides now where you get launched out of your seat. Like, this is just like bucked off a horse flying in the air. It was fantastic. The front row, a little less aggressive, much smoother up there, not a whole lot of airtime. I actually rode up front with my son. He was riding with me. He's a year and a half old, so he got to ride his second roller coaster with me, and it wasn't bad. He loved it. He was giggling. He wasn't crying at all, so all positive things there. Leap the Dips is old, and it feels old. It runs on, it's a side friction coaster, so it runs on rails, but it doesn't have an upstop wheel. So it's kind of like riding in a trough, and that made it really unique and different. And I like old things, so you don't get to ride anything like this. So it was definitely different, and I liked different. As for social distancing and all of the things going on in the world, if you want to take a step back and remember yesteryears, this is a pretty good reminder of that as well, because of the fact that there were not a whole lot of people there. Only about 10 people total were at Lakemont Park, guest-wise, and then they had the staff. Staff, 100% compliance with wearing face masks. Guest, about 87, 90%, but honestly, there was only like 10 people there. So you really could distance yourself quite nicely. There were a lot of coaster enthusiasts there, which I assume people were there for the same reason I was. They wanted to ride Leap the Dips, and they figured, I don't know when I'll get to ride this again, if ever, and so I wanted to check it out. And that's pretty much the reason why you should go, because the ride is great, and you don't want to miss out on getting to ride on Leap the Dips because you were concerned about not getting there. Because you really got to go, because I got to imagine if their season isn't great this year, it might never reopen again. So 10 out of 10, I would go, and I would really make that a priority if you've never been on that. All the other rides opening this year, they're going to be here for 30 years. There's going to be plenty of time for those rides, but Leap the Dips, this might be its last. I mean, who knows? 10 people a day or 10 people at a time in Lakemont, like, they might not be making enough money that they might not make it till the end of the season. Who knows? But the ride is really cool. Lots of great air times. It is fun, and I 100% would recommend you checking it out if you are in the area. So thank you for joining in on this review of Leap the Dips. My name is Drew. You can follow me on Twitter at DrewTheIntern. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/InTheLoop Podcast. Of course, the podcast is important. So is our Instagram account. And make sure if you like this video, give us a thumbs up because life is great like that. See you on the midway.
All right, here's the real question. Why is there a Zamboni here right across from Leap the Dips? So we got Zamboni here. Spin around. Leap the Dips. Zamboni. Leap the Dips.